Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Dylan here. Today I'm bringing you guys a third place run for Minecraft 1.16 RSG. I'm pretty satisfied with it. So I opted to do a voiceover on this for the majority of the run at least because it's not the first, but it's one of the first top runs that utilizes what I guess the Minecraft speedrun community calls hyper modern strats. So I figured I might as well explain this to people in a voiceover who don't understand Minecraft speedrunning to the extent that other top runners may understand it. And they haven't heard of this, this new meta. So right off the bat, I spawn in, look around, I see that I am on an island. Most people might be thinking, oh, he didn't get a village. This is 1.16. He's just gonna reset. No, hyper modern strats utilize oceans most of the time at least, not always, but there's hypermodern's weird because there's a million definitions that people can give hypermodern. The community isn't really set on one definition, but the definition I would give it the definition I would give it is just using any means necessary to get into the Nether as quickly as possible, typically with an iron pickaxe, and because the whole reason for playing with that strategy is because the main luck factor for 1.16, the version of 1.16, is the Nether. The Nether is where the stars just have to align in the Nether for you to get a good run. So the most Nethers you can get into, the more chances you're going to have at that world record, PB, whatever you're going for. So one of the most common, I guess you could call it a branch of hypermodern, is spawning near an ocean, looking for a shipwreck, getting your iron tools out of the shipwreck, getting your bucket, your flint and steel, and then looking for a source of lava. And the best source of lava for, unless you spawn on a lava pool and there's a shipwreck near you, I guess the best source of lava is it's in a magma ravine. So yeah, right now I got all my tools. I got doors so I can. You'll see I use those to breathe underwater in a bit. I see a magma ravine right here as I head to a shipwreck, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a pretty solid pre-nether overworld, which is great. So I'm heading towards the ship, kind of thinking about the coordinates of that magma ravine, hoping I don't get I don't get disoriented, which I typically don't. But hey, you can never be too sure. So just boating over to this shipwreck, hoping it's got 11 iron. That's sort of like the key number that you want to go for. 11 iron. That's axe, pickaxe, flint and steel, shovel, bucket. I think that's all of them. So I only get 8 iron. That's okay. I'm just not gonna make an iron axe, and I'll have enough for everything else. So I'm gonna go into the Nether with a wooden axe, or maybe I won't. Maybe I get a stone axe. I actually don't remember. And I also get 5 gold, which is great because one of the main things that you want to do in a hypermodern run is go into a bastion. You don't do the typical mine your gold and trade with piglins. You actually go into bastions and mine the gold blocks in bastions and use that gold to trade with piglins. Or I don't know if monument strats are considered hyper modern. I imagine that they're just like another branch of hyper modern, but you can get your gold from an ocean monument as well. But you basically just need that iron pickaxe. And again, the reason, or not again, I guess I never really addressed it, but the 5 gold is good for making either a helmet or boots, and a golden helmet or boots, if you don't already know, prevent piglins from aggroing on you, and that's pretty important in a hyper modern run because there's a big lack of food. As you might notice, I have like rotten flesh, uncooked potatoes, and carrots, and I don't have that nice like those hay bales that you get from a typical classic what do you call it, village run. So yeah, food is definitely something that you have to focus on, and that's why I was looking for dandelions at the beginning because you can get some really nice food if you combine mushroom soup with dandelions. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any. But throughout this run, I get really lucky both terrain wise and structure spawn wise in the Nether, and I just don't need to use that much food. Fun fact: I use 1 mushroom soup that you see in my hotbar right now. As I go to the Nether, you'll see me use it in a moment, and 6 carrots. That is it. Also, this is the hyper modern underwater portal strat. I don't know if this is the outdated one or the new one. I don't know what you would call this. It's not the new one, but there's another one that people use where you utilize doors and not fence gates. But it's faster, but you have to find a different magma shape on the bottom of that ocean ravine that's not as common as just the one that I found, if that makes sense. So I'm too lazy to learn it, quite frankly. That's why I don't do it. So I spawned in the Nether. I don't know why I placed that boat there, but yeah, that was a first. I have never seen a boat break like that before, and I've played Minecraft for too long. So that was weird. And also I mess up my crafting on my stone axe. Whatever. Small little throw, not too big of a deal. So far I haven't made a... Overall I'm satisfied with this run. I didn't make too many mistakes other than routing in the Bastion could have been shaved. I could have shaved off quite a bit of time actually, but I don't practice my Bastions. Right there I turned up my FOV. Yeah, you can turn up your FOV with the new type of fog that the moderators approved for Minecraft speedrunning, and it allows you to see a little bit further and bypass some of the existing fog that you might see on your typical FOV. So that's why I cranked my FOV up to Quake Pro and I was able to see this Bastion. Although I don't know if that actually would, I don't think it would have mattered because I was most definitely going to go in this direction anyways. I would have found this Bastion, but at least I found it a little bit sooner. I guess it could have saved me time. It could have actually cost me time going into that menu and stopping. I could have spent more time doing that than actually running to the Bastion. So this is the treasure variant of the Bastion, I believe. Yeah, treasure. And I'm somewhat comfortable routing the outdated version of this Bastion route. But if I knew the current route, I could shave off, assuming I knew the most up-to-date route for this Bastion and how to perform it like as efficiently as possible, and I got lucky trades and all that stuff, I theoretically could have shaved off about a minute. Maybe more, maybe less. Hard to say, but a minute is a pretty safe assumption. But I don't dedicate my time to learning Bastion routes too much, mostly because I speedrun because I enjoy it, and I don't want to practice Bastion routes too much because I know it'll get my times down a lot and it'll just help my overall time immensely, but it feels like homework to me, really. It's just, I don't know, I don't enjoy it at all. It's like memorizing and stuff. It's like studying for a test. I don't like it. But if I'm gonna keep running 1.16, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna have to tank it and learn the routes. But yeah, it could have been faster, but hey, it's not that bad. And again, I've only eaten one mushroom soup so far. We're 6.5 minutes into this run. So yeah, I don't know, if you can get lucky and not have to eat a lot of food as long as you don't take damage, and that's what that gold helmet comes in clutch for, because these piglins aren't going to be aggroed on me too much. At least initially they won't be, and I can avoid them when I actually get into the Bastion and get that gold. I can distract them with it. So as long as you have a piece of gold armor going into a Bastion, you're pretty safe. So here I'm just finishing up the route. Again, if you're a if you're a top runner, try not to cringe, because I know this could have definitely been faster, but whatever. I'm still very content with this run, I guess. I believe this was probably the only part of the run that could have been faster. Oh, there's one other thing. I'll address it when it comes. So yeah, I finished trading with these guys, and what I'm looking for here is string, because I don't have beds. And I need to craft wool with the string, so I get some string, not enough. And I also need the pearls, obviously, because that's how you get to the end. And I'm hoping for a surplus of pearls because I'm expecting, hey, the fortress, it's probably not going to be close. I need fire res to pearl into lava and a surplus of pearls to navigate around the nether. So that's what I'm hoping for. Fire res, pearls, string, and of course obsidian, actually. I forgot to mention that, for blind travel. If you don't know what blind travel is, it's essentially building a nether portal in the nether at good coordinates, so you'll likely come out of the nether into the overworld near the stronghold. And here I get my 10 obsidian for nether portal, I get my pearls, I get a whole bunch of string, really. And even if I didn't get enough wood to make beds, I have enough crying obsidian and glowstone to make respawn anchors, which is another crazy strat people use to kill the dragon. And here I see, this is important, I see the quadrant that I'm in is positive, positive, so I know that this Bastion is the structure that spawned in the positive, positive quadrant, so I need to go to a different quadrant in order to find the structure that's located in that quadrant. And right here, I crank up my FOV again, and I'm able to actually see the fortress on the left side of my screen when I do that, but unfortunately my face cam was blocking it. So at this point, I'm talking to my chat saying, okay, this is actually really good pace. I haven't had a run with this pace in a while. Typically the fortress is a mile and a half away, and I have to pearl through lava and waste a lot of food. And yeah, so I'm at the part of the fortress where I know the blaze spawner is at. It's near me. I know I'm going to be able to see it any second now. And I think I see it right here. In a moment I'll see it. Right to my left. And there it is. And these blaze drops are absolutely insane. I'll get into that in a second, but one thing I want to address, and wow, that FOV change is like, it's drastic. Quake Pro's so annoying, I hate it. Not a fan of the strat, but you do what you gotta do in order to get a good time, I guess. If other people are doing it, you gotta do it, because that's what you're competing with. But what I was gonna say is that one mistake that I made, other than just the inefficient Bastion routing, which honestly it wasn't horrible, but it just could have been a lot better, was I didn't save gold for golden carrots, but it ended up not mattering because of the terrain that I come out of my nether portal in the overworld, which you'll see that afterwards. And yeah, again, these blaze rates are absolutely insane. Typically, my average blaze drop rate, it in game it's 50%, right? But mine is like it's got to be 35 or 40%. It's just really bad. And these rates, I calculated, I got 7 rods out of 11 blaze kills, which is 63, 64%, 64 actually, 64%. And I actually only spent about a minute and 50 seconds killing blazes, and I ended up getting 7 blaze rods, which is very good, I think. I think that's very good. And right here, yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm assuming that this run's still going to get verified, but this was some crazy lag. I don't know why this happened. The reason I say I'm assuming this is still going to get verified is because there was quite a few people, quite a few top runners watching this live, and I was clearly like interacting with them in chat and stuff, and I don't know, I don't see this getting rejected. It's kind of been accepted by most people, I think, that have heard about it so far in the speedrun community. So yeah, there's my last rod. I've got 7. I didn't want to leave with 6 because I just didn't feel safe. I was kind of going for PB. My stream title was 17, like sub 18 attempts, so I was kind of just going for like 17:30, something comfortable. I knew I was capable of something like that, but these this run was a little bit better than that, so that's good. And then this is where the skeleton jumps down, right where I'm trying to build my portal at. Kind of scares me a little bit. I give him a little punch there, hoping he's going to go flying off the edge, but he doesn't. So I'm building my portal here at the ideal coordinates to be inside of the ring of strongholds that can spawn in every Minecraft world. Oh, that's a topic for another video, though. And yeah, my timer was paused there, so I don't. That might be a little confusing on how I time that, but yeah, I unpaused it. So it's about 10 seconds behind, I believe, give or take. And I check F3 and I see that I'm in a Minecraft ocean. Minecraft :ocean is what it says at the bottom left. So I'm like, that's great. I mine the one block and I see the ocean. I throw my eye and I'm like, dang, it goes towards the land. That really sucks. I was hoping that I was going to get an ocean exposed stronghold. But you will see in a moment, or I guess probably, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute, that this was actually, I don't know, actually, I don't want to say that this was good blind travel. It wasn't the best, but this is actually an island, and the ocean does continue past this island. Spoiler alert. So that's a plus. And we'll see if we get ocean exposed stronghold or not. You guys will see in a second, or not a second. It actually takes me. Fun fact: this blind travel is just over 1K blocks away from the stronghold, which is honestly not that good. Most top runs that utilize blind travel, you'll see they have like, I don't know, 300 block blind travel, 500, not 1,000. 1,000's just I don't know. It's a pretty high number, honestly. It's not really not the best blind travel. This could have been so much faster. I throw another eye here, hoping that it's going to turn around. It goes straight. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. This could be ocean exposed. The eye breaks. I'm still sitting with a somewhat comfortable amount of eyes. I have 13. It's not the worst. Not the best, not the worst, but I'm comfortable with it to an extent. I'm glad I opted to get that the extra blaze rod at this point, so I didn't end up screwing myself, because the last thing I want is to get to the portal and be like, wow, this run's dead because I don't have enough blaze powder. That would just suck. So I'm going. I'm hoping I see the stronghold any second now. I checked my coordinates earlier and I was like, are both coordinates going up? Are both going down? Trying to give myself a clue as to whether or not I was far away or close to the stronghold, but one was going up, one was going down. So in my mind, there was just absolutely no way of telling whether or not this stronghold was far or close. So I opt to use these dolphins because dolphins are a decent amount faster than boat speed. They're faster to the point where it's justifiable to get out of your boat and get these dolphins 100%. So I'm still looking, don't see the stronghold. I'm like, at this point, I'm reading chat. I'm like, could it be underneath me? People are telling me to throw an eye. I'm like, wait a second, I see light. I kind of stutter here. I'm like freaking out. I see the light. I'm like, this is the portal room. We're doing this. So I'm having flashbacks. I don't know if I probably played the little highlight or the clip at the very, very beginning of this video of where I choked a 1510 dragon perch, which was absolutely rough. This is a pretty similar time, so I'm like, wow, this is redemption. I can't choke third place 2 times, and obviously I didn't because whether you're watching this from speedrun.com or YouTube, it's I don't know. You probably realize that it's third place at least at time of recording. I'm sure it'll get beat. So, what was that? 14-minute, 15-second entry or something along those lines. And I remembered to get my wood this time. That's what I'm telling my chat right now. I remembered to get my wood because typically, honestly, it's kind of incredible, but like 30% of the time, I forget to bring wood to the end, and I'm like, I open my inventory, I start to craft my beds, and I'm like, oh, I don't have wood. That's just awkward. So I remembered my wood. Go me. I'm getting my beds on my bar right here. I'm kind of like, what do I do here? Do I go for an east-west perch, or do I go for a north-south perch to shave off time? And I opt to go for an east-west perch because it's just safer, and I'm not as comfortable with the north-south perch. And for those of you who don't know, the dragon on an east-west perch, which is what I'm doing, has this like, I guess you can call it a prerequisite to perching. You need the dragon to perch, but in order to perch on an east-west perch, he does like this little dance for, I don't know, 5 to 30 seconds, I don't know what it is, above the tower, and I'll point it out when it happens. And on a north-south perch, he doesn't do that, and he just instantly perches, but there's less warning, you have less preparation time, and I'm just not as comfortable with it, so that's why I opted to do this and tank like the extra, I don't know, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it is. I was really wanting to PB, and I didn't want to throw a third place around 2 times. So this is his little dance he's doing. He essentially just circles the opposite tower from you, and rises. You'll see he's slowly getting higher and higher, and eventually his head is just going to snap, and he's going to head towards the bedrock pillar. And yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy the reaction. Yeah. I don't. No way I choked this, right? Woo! Easy. Let's go, dude. 1630. Let's go, man. Easy. Oh my gosh. Let's go. 1630. What was IGT? 1641. Let's go. Thanks, Corey.